Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene is being mocked online for offering her unsolicited take and advice on women's fashion. Yes, on her X social media account, she suggested that conservative women need to be more modest. She writes, if you're a conservative and a Christian, you know you don't have to express yourself in sexual ways, and you know you are attractive by dressing nice and feminine. And you can be beautiful and modest at the same time. Men will respect you more and think of you much more highly than just a sexual object for gratification. It is also good not to tempt your Christian brothers and cause them to stumble. As conservative Christian women, let us always be an example to girls and young women by displaying actions that our faith believes and not conform to the patterns of this fallen world. Be the light. Don't fall into the darkness. Okay. I mean, so what? Like, is she saying spaghetti straps are like demon straps? Is that what's going on here? Okay.
It's the devil, okay?
Tube top? More like slut top. No, look, this is, okay. This is hilarious. Women, dress how you want. All right? Dress what is comfortable to you. If you want to be, if you want to dress sexy, that's great. Totally fine. If you want to throw on a hoodie and some sweatpants, go ahead. Do you. Nobody cares. I don't care. Sure, she's right that you can be sexy and modest. Of course. You can also be sexy and not that modest. Really, in my opinion, sexiness is a lot more about how you carry yourself than the clothes that you're actually wearing, or that lack thereof, okay? But what she's doing, though, is, again, with this advice, it's a bit more insidious, right? Than, you can be, again, you can be modest and sexy. I actually do agree with that. Yes, you can be. It's about how you carry yourself. But the problem that I have is that it makes excuses for men, what she says, okay? And that's when she said, it's good not to tempt your Christian brothers and cause them to stumble. Well, if they stumble, isn't that their problem? I mean, as a man, I am quite capable of controlling myself around women. Yes, women who may be scantily clad, or perhaps not even clothed at all. Yes, you can handle yourself. I can. And look, I also think that women who dress in certain ways are not objects. In fact, I don't think women are objects at all. Women are people. I know it can be a very difficult concept for some people to not think of women as just objects based on how they're dressed. No matter how they're dressed, they're people. And obviously, I'm a huge believer in consent. And so, it doesn't matter how they are dressed. That does not give you, permission to, touch them or ogle them or anything like that, okay? Again, consent is key. And it's apparently very difficult for some men to understand. But now, that said, let's get to her hypocrisy, right? So Marjorie Greene's talking about temptation, all right? And she might know a few things about that. After all, the recently divorced Georgia Republican was reportedly involved in multiple affairs with a, I kid you not, tantric sex guru and the manager of a gym that she had used in 2012 while she was married. Although, I mean, following Marjorie Greene's logic, it must be his fault for dressing too sexy and making her stumble. I guess he should have tried harder to be the light in the world instead of the darkness. Oh, now, the internet responded to this. One commenter wrote, irony has lost all meaning. Another chimed in with, a serial adulterer has some thoughts about being a good role models. These jokes just write themselves. Really. Another said, didn't you cheat on your husband? I guess it's typical for the Mar-a-Lago crowd. Yes, considering how Trump himself has had some affairs that are well documented. Commenter Karma is a bleep contributed, are you blaming women for men's inability to keep in his pants? Or even worse, blaming a woman for being sexually assaulted? You are beyond horrible. You are evil. Kathy B writes, this sounds like the exact speech they give to women in cults. Those are some good points. For one, you're right. She is absolutely engaging in victim blaming. There are some right-wingers that love to say that, hey, if you're raped, it's your fault. What were you wearing? You shouldn't have worn that. I mean, obviously, it's your fault for putting on that dress or that skirt, because it is your fault that every man around you ended up turning into a mindless rape monster. That's your fault. No, it's not. That's not only just misogynistic as hell, but it heaps all responsibility for sexual assault on women. That's not fair. The only person at fault for the rape is the rapist. Period. And of course, the cult comment also rings true to me, because I tend to believe that the vast majority of cults were created with one purpose: to allow the cult leader to have sex with everyone else's wives. Just saying. Now, getting back to more comments, because I love these. LK11 suggested, hey, didn't you cheat on your husband? Didn't Lauren Boebert give a hand job in the middle of a movie theater? Yes, she did. You've turned into a group of clowns. Please, don't bring Jesus into this. Well, they were always clowns to begin with. Marjorie Greene, Lauren Boebert. And it seems like, I mean, doesn't it seem like the ones that always preach this crap about, modesty and chastity and all this stuff, they're usually the ones that are out there doing
sexual anarchy.
And then feeling guilty about it? I don't know what it is. What makes them do this, right? Maybe it's like, oh, they do it, it's so much fun, but then, oh man, I feel so guilty now. Oh God, if I'm not able to enjoy myself, then I guess no one should be able to enjoy themselves. And that seems to be a lot of what drives, the trad wife, conservative Christian orthodoxy movement going on these days. If I can't enjoy myself, then no one else can. Look, what I've always said is live your life, right? Stop worrying about people think about you. Enjoy yourself. You only get one life, all right? That's what I believe. And even if I'm wrong, right? What's wrong with enjoying the life that you're given, all right? If you want to dress sexy, do it. You're not hurting anybody. And by the way, if you don't feel like dressing sexy, if you like to dress conservative, then that's fine too. You shouldn't feel compelled to dress in a way that is uncomfortable to you. Okay? And this is what dovetails into feminism, right? Overall. I've always been a feminist, right? And the thing that I love about feminism is choice. It's about freedom. That's it. It's about the freedom to choose for women how you live your life. It's not about usurping men, It's not about raising men above women, women above men. What is it? It is about freedom. That's what it's about. It's about your own choices, controlling your own body, controlling whether or not you want to get married or have a family or not, if you want a career, or if you want to, you also have the choice to stay home and be a homemaker. That's what feminism is. It is about choices. And that's why I love it, because I love freedom. I'm an American. Hell yeah. But again, what it comes down to is your choice. And so, Marjorie Greene, don't let anybody tell you what to do with your life, especially if it's someone like her who's trying to take choices away from you.